Yo, this is My People's Podcast, and today is Wednesday, episode 38. Like and subscribe, you already know. Anyway, today's cold as hell, and it's snowing in New Jersey. That's why I look like this. That's why I got all this fucking attire on. Like, I feel as though it's gonna be a cold winter, cause already, like, the studio room frozen. I got the heat on, you can't even tell. But yeah, we about to get into it. You feel me? You see, I ain't got no peoples with me. This supposed to be My People's Podcast. Ain't no peoples with me today, cause stuff happens. But anyway, let's get into what we gotta talk about today, cause it's a lot to talk about. We're gonna get into the first and foremost topic of today, Wednesday, December 18th, and we got Tekashi 69, man. He got sentenced to 24 months. People thought he was gonna go home today. I knew he wasn't gonna go home, cause they did a good job trying to promote that, but I knew the judge wasn't gonna be off that, cause like he said, he was still a part of it in some ways, cooperate and made him only get 2 years. And I don't know how his life gonna end up after this. I know a lot of people like, man, nobody gonna fuck with him after this, but I think you'll be surprised, cause so many people gonna wind up dealing with him after this. And it's crazy how it just shows you just the truth will set you free. And shit, he look what happened. He was supposed to get 37 years, cause the feds sent the judge a letter saying to drop one of the charges. So his minimum was 37 years, and and he got only 2 years. That's crazy. I don't understand it, but what can we do about it, man? When you go ahead and snitch now, people, it just send, like I said, if they'd have smoked him, nobody would have never wanted to snitch no more. It would have been good for the people that's in the streets, but they trying to set an example that the next person that's involved in a criminal enterprise can potentially get let out if they do what? Snitch. Like, you facing 40 years, you might as well snitch, get 2 years, get shit 5 years. A lot of that shit is crazy. I ain't even want to quote what the judge was saying to him, cause I ain't feel like writing all that shit down on my computer and shit. But basically, what he was saying was like, a lot of the shit that he was involved in, the Trey Nine Bloods wouldn't even been involved with it if you wasn't who you were. Like, basically, he's saying like the Trey Nine Bloods wouldn't have been attacking no musician entourage or nothing like that if it wasn't for you. So you was type involved in the shit. But saying all that and giving them 2 years, it just don't make no sense. Like, I don't understand how that even happened. Like, I expected him to at least get 10 for real. That's what I was thinking. But most people was expecting him to be free, and that's the crazy part. The Breakfast Club even was talking about it on their radio station, basically saying like, should they even interview him if he would have been free today? And a lot of them like, nah, we don't want that. Like, we don't want that type of like promotion basically for their radio show. And I'm not mad at that. Come on now, look, like, you don't wanna, not every, like they say, well, shit, that whole factor of all publicity ain't good publicity ain't true, because a lot of niggas that pop off really pop off with negative publicity. So I don't want to sit here and say, well, that's they like intentions. I just think that they was worried more about for themselves. Like, I ain't about to be putting myself in the same room with him and then people look at me like, oh, we tweaking, or they do something to harm me or my family because we involving ourselves in that. I mean, what can we do? At the end of the day, it's like we put ourselves in predicaments And a lot of people say, "Oh, I never snitch," but come on now, I know like half of niggas that would. And it's not to say like, oh, they on some bullshit or like that, but it's to say like, yo, niggas, certain people just be they like show their true selves. And Tekashi 69, like, for all the real niggas, they already knew he wasn't being real when he was wailing and suck my dick and all this extra shit and all this crazy shit he was saying in all his Instagram posts and all his interviews and stuff like that. So we already knew, like, bruh, you put him in the room with one of the niggas he talking about, he gonna curl up, like. And we already seen him trying to fight in the airport, so it's like, come on, bruh. And majority of people that's like rocking with him now, sending letters to the judge, basically saying like, oh, he should be free, he a good dude. They only want to like eat with him, like, you feel me? But how much eating you think he gonna do when he get out? That's a good question, because a lot of people expect him to be respected after the shit he did. Like, I feel as though like everybody got like opinions on what can happen and what should have happened, but I feel as though if you rocking with people and you say these your people, and then you go snitch on them people, the same people that you're putting in predicaments, like, ain't like these people, like, you, like, when you heard the judge say, well, you told this person to do this and he didn't, you told this person to do that and they did it, and they basically in jail 20 years for the shit you was telling them to do, and you only get 2 years. It's just crazy to me. I don't understand it. Like, it's like, I just don't understand it. It's confusing to me. Like, but this day and age, like, everything is a little confusing. These kids that was born in like 98, 99, 2000, they just don't make sense. Like, and then if they want to live young, they living by a different code. Like, most young niggas I know that's living by, that lives by old code, which was the OGs, they realize the shit that they have to do and the stuff that they put themselves in. But trust me, Tekashi ain't the only person that's out here snitching. It's a million people snitching every day. The feds, nine times out of 10, the feds like get information and cause arrests because of people that snitching. Telling you the truth, 9 times out of 10, the drug enterprise is being like destroyed because one person snitched, two people snitched, three people snitched. And Takashi in this situation with the Nitrate Bloods wasn't the only person that snitched. That's the only person that we know famous that snitched. It was a couple of other people that probably snitched too. And granted, they still got time more than what he got. But basically, yeah, he got the 2 years. We don't know if the time served that he did, the 11 months that he did there already, is going to be added on to the 24 months that he had to do, which would make it only 13 months. But yeah, we're going to see him out here in the next 2 years. He also got 5 years where he can't do shit. It's not probation, I know it's not, and it's not parole, I know it's not. But basically, it's on some, not even house arrest. It's on some monitoring shit. Like, make sure he ain't doing nothing like he don't supposed to be doing, or talking to people or chilling with people. And I don't understand. I don't know how much, basically, how much freedom he gonna have after that, because I don't think nobody gonna do shit to him. He ain't even gonna need bodyguards, because at the end of the day, it's like, you don't wanna involve yourself. Like, think about it. We talking about 6ix9ine gonna get touched. 6ix9ine gonna get touched. Nigga, George Zimmerman didn't even get touched, and he killed somebody. He killed one of ours because this nigga had an Arizona and some Skittles, and he popped off and whooped his ass, and he shot him. And that's more of enough reason to be, for us as black people and hood niggas, to be whooping on George Zimmerman ass, but we didn't do it. And this nigga, and the funny part about it, the only person that ever tried him was a white dude. And that just shows, like, we don't care, bro. Like, we act like we care, but in reality, we don't give a fuck about, like, nobody but ourselves and our little circles and shit like that. And only people he gonna really have to answer to is the niggas that he put in harm way, like, as far as, like, niggas that he got locked up, niggas that ain't eating. And the funny part, the niggas that's, like, didn't get locked up and they no longer not eating as much as they are, they not even gonna do shit. You feel me? That fucked up they family, like, and even the niggas that's in jail ain't gonna really do shit. So I can guarantee you that, bruh. I can guarantee you. And if anybody that's not in that situation, family not in that situation, was non-Trey, and do something about it, that's some pussy shit. Because, like I said, George Zimmerman killed one of ours, and this nigga didn't get touched yet. You feel what I'm saying? Not by no black person randomly, and he was on the streets. You feel what I'm saying? And he did some wild shit. So before we think about whooping somebody's ass because they snitched and you ain't had nothing to do with it, you wasn't involved in this shit or nothing like that, think about George Zimmerman and the fact that he did. That's something that we should have been involved with, because he was fucking with him because of his skin color. If he was any other race, he wouldn't even fucked with him like that. You feel me? If he was, because he was black. If he was black, African, Haitian, anything that has to do with us, shit, it would have been the same outcome because of his skin color. Let's be honest. Not because of no fucking hoodie. So that whole thing is like, bruh, let it die off. Let this nigga, like, I would never listen to this nigga. I ain't listened to this nigga when he was out. I just looked at him as entertainment, to be honest. And he was entertaining. But you can no longer entertain me with hype shit. It's like somebody walking around talking about they gonna fuck you up, they gonna fuck this person up, they gonna fuck that person up, and then get their ass whooped by the most weakest nigga. You no longer gonna be like that. I'ma fuck you up shit is entertaining. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna be like, bruh, got your ass whooped. So I'm just feeling though, it's like, bruh, you can't be tough no more. I don't listen to your music. So it's like his whole saga is no longer relevant to my podcast. Like, when he get released, I will be promoting. I will have that shit as a segment. But as far as like him doing anything else, him wilding on Instagram or him saying shit, I probably will have it on that segment. Cause it's like, man, it's a clown move. You feel me? But think about his hair color. We can't really expect nothing more. And that's how I'm going to leave that. Alright, next let's get into this wild shit that happened in New York, the Bronx. I think yesterday, day before yesterday. So wild shit. 16-year-old got kidnapped on video with her mother. First thing I thought in my head was, this shit is fake. The reason why, but the crazy part about it was, I said that both of them set that whole shit up. I said the mother and the daughter set that shit up. Cause ain't no way in hell I don't give a fuck if it's 5 niggas out there. You can't pull no black woman's child away from their kids and get away with them like that. You feel me? Not no hood. Like, that's why I already knew. Like, they must be black, but they not like from poverty. Like, they not from the hood. Like, they not out here. So that's what made me think, like, this shit ain't happening. Like, that shit wouldn't have happened, bro. They'd have had to kidnap the mother and the daughter. So, but basically, yeah, man, 16-year-old got kidnapped. And I got the video. Let's see this shit. Let's see what happened. Because then you going to be so shocked what happened next. So this is the video right here. As you can see, they walking down the street. It's kind of blurry as fuck. But you see, look, she threw her umbrella. She trying to grab her daughter. They pulling her away. Look, she was fighting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, look, they even couldn't pull the fuck off because she was just still in the door. And it looked like one nigga got out and just pushed her to the ground and ran back to the car and jumped in the car and peeled off. And it looked like she wasn't fast enough to catch him. You feel what I'm saying? So you see it again from another angle. Boom. Grab the girl. She drops her umbrella. The mother drops her umbrella. Mother running to the door, the car door. Boom. She holding on. She ain't letting go. He had to get out the car, grab her, pull her back, and then, like, yeah, she went crazy after that. Shout out to Say Lives, Staten Island Avenue. Shout out to them. But the more shocking shit about this whole shit is that they're now investigating because they're saying that this kidnapping was staged. And what's the craziest shit about it is it's staged by a fucking black girl. Like, the 16-year-old said that she knew one of the people that was involved in the kidnapping. And basically, they're investigating. They want to talk to the 4 guys that was there because of whatever happened. But let's get into this news clip to get a bright idea what's going on.
Really shocking turn of events. A 16-year-old girl who prompted an Amber Alert after she was reported to be kidnapped last night in the Bronx has returned home and admitted it was all a hoax. CBS New York's Allie Bauman is outside the 4 precinct in Mott Haven with more. Allie.
Well, Dick, sources tell us that teenage girl confessed to staging her own kidnapping with the help of 4 accomplices in an attempt to run away from her family.
To shout the people out that I'm using.
Carol, did you stage the kidnapping?
You know. Video clip.
16-year-old Carol Samch has walked out of the 40th precinct with the relatives who were searching for her all day, and none of them said a word. Around 11:30 Monday night, Carol was walking on Eagle Avenue in Melrose with her mother when surveillance video shows 4 men in a car pull up, grab the teen, push her mother, and drive off. The NYPD put out an Amber Alert and plastered the neighborhood with her photo on a missing poster. Then 15 hours later, Carol showed up this afternoon to the spot where she was taken from and reunited with her family.
She was shaken up. She was bending over, grabbing her knees and discussing with the police officer, and that's when they took her into the parking lot for questioning.
Well, that 16-year-old girl was released from police custody without being charged with anything, and police are still looking to talk to those 4 accomplices. We're outside the 40th precinct in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx. Allie Bauman, CBSN, New York.
All right, Allie, thanks very much.
Damn, bro. That shit ain't funny because a lot of kidnappings do happen, and it's just a shame. But it's funny that a 16-year-old decided to do that just to fucking get, I don't even know, out of it. Because what they're saying right now is that she didn't want to. So basically what they're saying is that they don't really know the motive right now. But her mother had recently expressed interest in moving the family back to her native Honduras, according to 2 law enforcement sources. Police are still investigating whether that may have been the interpreter for the stage incident. The sources said, so what they're basically saying is that her mother was going to go back to her homeland. And she was like, fuck that. I want to stay in New York. So what she was trying to do. But my whole thing is, if that's the truth, then why the fuck did she... You know what I think happened? This is my whole, like, scenario, the whole situation. I think that she was like, yo, I'm going to get kidnapped. You feel me? And I ain't going to come back home. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be over. But... whoever she was fucking with, she had to been messing with them dudes, and they was down with it. They're like, yeah, I don't want you to leave, this. And when they did the kidnapping, they didn't realize how big it was going to be because the fact that they in New York, you feel what I'm saying? And that's the situation. I feel like that's why I feel as though, yeah, it's bigger than what it is, because at the end of the day, it's like, come on, man. Like, I feel as though, like, they was on some shit like you never gonna come, like you gonna leave, like she trying to send you back to your homeland, fuck that. And then she was like, yeah, so what we gonna do is we gonna get kidnapped and I'm never gonna come back home. And yet she didn't realize that that whole situation like was gonna get as big as it did. And then when it did get big, they was on some shit. She probably was still like, I'm not coming back home. They like, bruh, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. I'm not going to jail for you. They realize like, yo, you put me in some real heat. Like, I ain't about to go to jail for you. We gonna walk you to this corner. We ain't even gonna walk you. You gonna walk yourself to this corner and you don't know none of us. You feel me? Because we ain't going to jail over some shit that you had us set up to do. And that's what I think really happened, if you ask me. And or it could be the situation of they like, yeah, you gonna be famous, this. They gonna have you in interviews. They gonna put you on a map. Which the cops ain't that fucking dumb. Like, they realize, they put two and two together, and they always, eventually, if they find out who the fuck the kidnappers was, they was gonna find out that you knew them and all that shit. And they put your ass in that hot room, and you just started confessing. And you ain't want to snitch on the other niggas, but you snitched on one nigga that you thought was some lame nigga. And that's what the funny part. That's my ideology of the whole situation. Because I can't see nothing else like different happening from that. But yeah, that's what I think ultimately happened. And oh, my shit blacked out. Oh, my shit frozen. But yeah, so that's what I think happened. And it's alright. I don't blame her. Like, you feel me? It's shit that's gonna go on. And hopefully she learned her lesson. But what I do know now is that her family ain't about to let her do nothing from now on. Like, she gonna be done up for like a long time. And I ain't mad at them because, come on now, you 16. Like, you the shit 2 more years, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And people still don't believe in that. Like, when you 18, you still your parents' baby. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, they just feel as though like they ain't gotta deal with a lot of shit, a lot of your shit. So yeah, man, that's crazy. And I hope like they don't like arrest her or nothing for that. But yeah, man, that's the type of shit that go down. Let's get into this next shit, which is the game is fucking bugging. That's how I'ma leave it. The game is fucking bugging. Like, for real, for real. He's tweaking. I don't know what the fuck to say after that. Like, the whole situation of today, from what I heard, is that this nigga is claiming that Michael Jackson wanted to end the beef between him and 50 Cent. I can't make this shit up. He said he had a conversation with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson, he said it wasn't Michael Jackson light voice, it was Michael Jackson with a deep voice, a deeper voice, and basically said, yo, y'all gotta cut this shit out. I don't even know how to do it. He probably like, yo, chill with that bullshit. Like, I need you and 50 to get back together because we need this. You feel me? We need this. And that's what I feel has happened. Oh, I got my shit back on. And that's what I feel has happened because I don't think that should happen. I don't think that should happen at all. I think the game wilding. If he would have been told us this shit around the time when Michael Jackson was alive or around the time when shit was relevant, I would believe it. But you telling me like 10 years later after y'all beef or whatever the fuck it was, probably less years than that, but you telling me after all that y'all beef is nothing now and it could have been squashed by Michael Jackson, which you just, like you said at the time, you didn't want to hear that shit. You didn't tell him no, but you didn't tell him yes because you was planning on killing 50. Like, you wasn't off that nigga. Like, this nigga was trying to end your whole career, take the food out your mouth, your family mouth. So you didn't want to really do that. But at the same token, it's like, bruh, that's funny that you said Michael Jackson sat down and had a conversation between you about squashing beef with 50 Cent. I can't make this shit up, bro. The interview is on YouTube. All you gotta do is type in the game and Michael Jackson, you gonna see it. So, man, I don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe it, and I think they shouldn't believe that shit. Because you could have said anybody else, bro. You could have said somebody wild. You could have mentioned anybody else. But you mentioned, I don't know what the fuck was that noise. That shit was creepy. But you could have mentioned anybody else. I hope ain't no fucking tree hit this damn house. Oh, that shit crazy out there. You could have mentioned anybody else, but you decided to mention Michael Jackson. Bruh, Michael Jackson. And I probably believe he had a conversation with Michael Jackson, but it damn sure wasn't over no 50 Cent beef. And I just think that's crazy. That's funny. And the game is wilding, point blank period, because Michael Jackson probably didn't even know y'all niggas was beefing. That's what I want to know. How the fuck Michael Jackson knew the game and 50 Cent was beefing? Like, oh, Michael Jackson be in the streets like that. That's crazy. I don't understand. But let's get on to this next shit, because I find this bit more even crazy. Now, we got these sheriff deputies, whatever the fuck they is, sheriff officers, that's becoming like security for schools, elementary school, high schools, all that shit. And they don't know how to fucking treat people, bruh, for real.
Today, a school resource officer in North Carolina was fired after a disturbing video showed him body slamming an 11-year-old student who weighs just 70 pounds. Mark Strassman tells us that officer could lose more than his job.
Brace yourself for an outrageous moment. A sheriff's deputy escorting a middle school boy lifts and body slams him.
Damn.
A student who weighed 70
Pick him up.
pounds. Body
Damn.
slams him twice. A school resource officer who's supposed to protect students. The family of the unidentified 11-year-old says the boy was knocked out.
First saw the video, we were stunned, we were shocked.
Sheriff Curtis Brame says the unidentified deputy has been fired.
I don't expect my deputy, any deputy, or law enforcement in North Carolina to carry out their duties in that way.
There are no official statistics about excessive force involving school police and students. One national 2-year study showed at least 141 complaints of school police officers with abusive use of force. North Carolina requires its school resource officers get additional training. It's unclear whether the deputy involved in this body slam got his.
No student should ever experience this in any way, especially not in our schools.
John Miles is the middle school boy's grandfather.
It's very painful because you send the kids to school to learn.
Miles says his grandson won't return to the school. It's not clear how severely the boy was hurt, Nora, but that could play a part in any potential criminal charges against the deputy.
Oh, yeah, that nigga going to jail.
All right, Mark, thank you.
For real. Shout out to CBS News. We be in there. I tell you, they be having all the clips with me and shit. Hey, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, for real, like, these officers, they shouldn't, they should just have a whole separate type of team that trains for kids, because they gotta understand, these sheriffs and shit, they from the streets. Like, they dealing with shit that they use, like, they handling situations as if they handling it on the streets. So if you can imagine that sheriff on the street and a little kid did some dumb shit, disrespect him, you know he got away with mad shit. You know he got, like, they was body slamming little kids outside the school. Because, I don't know, little kids will say some shit to make you want to fuck them up. Don't get me wrong, but you shouldn't be the one to do it. Like, you should just go to their parents, like, look, this nigga tweet. Like, you gotta make the parent feel like they not doing their job, and then when they get home, they doing the same shit. But they the parents, so they can't really get, like, that's inside their home. Like, you on camera, like, it don't make sense. Like, that whole shit right there was like crazy. And I don't understand why the fuck the officers think that they can do stuff like that. You seen, it was multiple videos. It wasn't just him. It was somebody that flipped the chair, swooped their ass right out the chair. I'm like, oh shit. Like, yo, that shit crazy. I can't explain how the fuck that's happening to kids. Like, ain't shit a kid can say to a grown ass man to make them want to do that. You feel me? Physical bodily harm is different. Like, you feel me? They stab you with a pencil. Then I see like you bang bang. I'm like, alright, bro, you got stabbed with a pencil. Like, but these niggas ain't touching them. They just talking their shit. And I feel as though they taking that shit out. Like, whatever they got going on at home, the officers, they take that shit out. Or they don't have kids. They don't realize, or shit, we should look into if they do got kids, how they was beating the shit out their kids or something. Like, cause that shit was crazy. That shit was fucked up. Unnecessary. And yeah, niggas should go to jail. So niggas can start slamming this nigga. Cause there's a couple of niggas in jail that could bench 300. He look like he 300. Niggas start throwing this little nigga around somewhere. Well, he ain't little, but you know what I mean. Compared to a nigga that's gonna throw him around. So that whole situation is crazy, man. I feel as though they need to do better. Like, we take our kids to school and we don't expect them to get fucked up by no teacher, no motherfucking security guard, or motherfucking sheriff deputies, and none of that shit. Like, you feel me? We expect them to get fucked up by other little kids or get picked on by other little kids. And shit, they there to learn. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That little kid didn't deserve that. And like they said, that little kid was knocked out from the first lane. He had to slam that nigga again. Like, he got his point across off the first lane. He just lost everything over a little kid argument. Really think about that. That's when keeping it real go wrong. And that's how I'm going to leave that shit. Alright, so we're going to get into this last joint right here, which is a continued saga of QC Pierre P, CEO of Quality Control, going through it with his baby mama that's accusing him of abuse when they was in a relationship while she was pregnant, and she trying to get $15 million from this nigga off the abuse and all that shit that she had when she was pregnant. But P clapped back, you feel me? P clapped back on some hard shit. And he ain't letting that shit rock out easy. He put her on the map for real. And I got all of motherfucking receipts for that shit. That's what they call it. Receipts for that shit. You feel me? So we won't get into the first motherfucking post that he put up on Instagram, which I think these niggas should stop doing that. I think they should write a letter to make a bigger statement. You feel me? He said, one thing I don't play about is my fatherhood. I have 16 artists on my label. I still make time to see my children 4 times out of the week. That's some real shit. Shout out to the niggas that's trying to be fathers out here. The only woman I leave my children with are their mothers and the woman I engage with. I wasn't going to address this, but I'm just tired of seeing my child's mother trying to slander me as though I'm some unfit. No, I'm not perfect, but if anyone knows me, they know I go hard every day. So my children would never have to go through what I had to been through. So she can't deny her bad drug habit and her toxic, aggressive behavior. All she wants, but the truth of the matter is, I've tried to do nothing but keep her, to help her. I said keep. This is obviously a $15 million shakedown from an angry woman who is down to her last and clearly upset because a failed attempt to get her child support switched to LA. Therefore, she accumulate more each month versus Georgia. I never once beat on that woman. He didn't say on a woman, on that woman. Did I take my ring back? Hell yeah. He said yes, but I made it sound good. Hell yeah. When I became aware she was having sex with other men, plotting with her pimp, as well as snorting coke while pregnant with my child, what man would not want their ring back? I have not seen my child since Father's Day. Why? Because the root of all evil, money. Have text messages as well. Proof that we were on pretty farewell terms until she realized she was not going to benefit as she once was when we were together. People that know me and know her, I don't know where it ends on my shit out there, but I know, like, basically saying people that know me and know her know what she do, and they know I ain't about that shit. Basically, I'ma just quote that shit myself. And yeah, man, that nigga ain't playing, bro. He ain't playing, bro. So let's get into the other receipts, which he brung text messages, my nigga. Text messages. He's showing that they was on good terms. Like he said, basically, the gray shit is what she's saying. The blue shit is what he's saying. She said, because P, you don't care. All I ever wanted was for you to pay attention to me. Tell me I was beautiful. Thanks. I wanted to hear that from you. You're the only person that ever matters to me. It always sounds good like that when you're on good terms with your shorty, though. He said, I do care. But it's like, it's a lot to discuss. See, we're different. It's not a lot to discuss to me. I love you, and that's it. Nothing else. Boom. And basically had the other message. I ain't put that shit up here. When they was talking, he was like, yo, I just want to handle what, take care. Let me see if I can get to this, yo, because I don't want to make myself sound crazy and say some lies up here. Hold up real quick. I don't want to freeze up and shit. Let me get to this shit real quick. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Boom. Yeah, I'm going to put this so y'all niggas can see it. Boom. Boom. And boom. Alright, basically, these are text messages. Like I said, the blue is him. The gray is her. He said, you never let anyone you let everyone keep my baby but me. Shit crazy. She says, my mother isn't everyone. I asked if you wanted me to bring her to LA. You said no. He said, what? Not true. Let's get a custody agreement and be done with this like adults. Lawyer's been trying to serve you for a meditation agreement? I can't read. Meditation agreement for over a month. This is sad. And stop lying. She said, well, this is what she said on another message. Don't for 1 second think you're the only one that's able to move on with your life. You don't want to be with me? Cool. Life goes on. But I'm sitting around waiting on you while you out here moving however it is that you want to. Basically saying that she still want to be with him. If he was beating on her ass, why the fuck she ain't? That's a good enough way to get out that predicament, but she still don't want to. She waiting for the nigga. He said, say no more. What's understood don't need to be no more explained. So let's get it understood. I've never shook, and the only person I want to cuddle with is K. So stop the madness. I learned my lesson. Never going backwards. Basically, he just putting on the map like, yo, you lying about all this shit. You just want that bread, and you not about to get that shit from me. And this the other shit that he put up there. Basically, trying to say, well, alleged that she's on coke. She said, it's a little blurry, but I got you. Defending you in June, you bitch made ass gossip. You bitch made ass gossip, talk too much, run to the social media ass nigga. Lies all you want. Lies all y'all want to tell. I said, I ain't say shit about you on social media. Never will. That kills. He just fading her every day. She said, I snorted my coke, but never off of nobody. So go on with your made up ass info. Bitch, okay, since you wanna. What? She was high right here. Bitch, okay, since you wanna, okay. About your drop all your pics. Give me 1 second. I think she meant like drop all your pics off her social media or some shit like that. But he like, I ain't wanna fuck with you anyway. But she admitted that she snorted coke. If this her, she said, I snort my coke. But never off of nobody. Damn. I wonder if he snort coke too. because she's like basically saying, but never off nobody. So go on with your made up ass info. Or he was like, you was snorting coke out that bitch ass or some shit like that. And then she like, I snort my coke, but never off of nobody. Or she like, yeah, I snort coke, but nigga, never off nobody like you do, motherfucker. I don't know. That whole situation is messy. P, you gotta realize, P, listen, if you listening, I know you not, but if you is, you gotta realize this your baby mother. And she gonna be your baby mother forever. So just keep that between y'all two. You feel me? Keep all that private shit between y'all two. You gonna win this case. She ain't gonna get shit. Trust me, she ain't gonna get shit. And realize, just keep that shit between y'all two. Don't let that shit come out in the public, because it's niggas like me that's gonna give their opinion on it. And that's how I'm gonna end this motherfucking podcast. You feel me? Shout out to everybody. Like I said, like and subscribe, man. We need more followers. We need more subscribers. We need more money. So donate if you can. Shit, if you a random nigga, click this motherfucking shit. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? If you made it to the end, which most niggas don't, thank y'all. You feel me? But other than that, I gotta go. I'm hungry as hell. It's still motherfucking snowing out here, looking crazy. And this weather is fucked up. Like, don't get me wrong. This weather is confusing. Made me want to go to Florida. I don't give a fuck how many crazy niggas I gotta deal with out there. But I will. But I'm out this bitch, man. This yo. I feel like I did a good job, man. It's your host with the most. And I'm out with a toast.